How to measure radio advertising effectiveness. Very good question. You know, we're in this digital age and everybody's doing everything and anything online, and of course there's pixels and there's all kinds of tracking mechanisms already built in, but radio, how do you track radio? Very good question, and we're going to get into that next. So there are a couple things that you can do to track your radio advertising, and we're going to go over both of those. First of all, how to make your campaign trackable from the beginning, and the biggest secret that you can do right now to set yourself up for future campaigns from now until the day you close your doors. Let's go. So like I said earlier, you know, in this digital world, it's very easy to plant a pixel and, you know, for redirecting campaigns and stuff like that, and follow people around the internet and see what they're clicking and who's visited your website and who's checked things out. It's very easy to do in an electronic world, but what about audio? What about podcasting? What about radio commercials? Still a very viable option in today's world, but how do you track the effectiveness of radio? Well, there are a few things that you can do right up front. The first and most important thing you can do is build your campaign around what it is that you want to track. What is it that's going to prove that these ads are working? That's what you want to track. Is it the number of sales? Is it the number of signups? Is it the number of clicks? Is it, oh, wait, clicks? Yeah, I'll show you that in just a second. What is it that's going to prove that this is going to be working based on what the ad is telling the listener to do? That's what you're going to want to be tracking. There are several different ways to do it, and we're going to dive into some specifics right now. For example, if you're going to be having a sale, and the first thing that pops into my head whenever I talk about this subject is a furniture store and they have a sale on lamps. Okay, great. Lamp sale. Ooh. Don't miss that one. The Labor Day lamp sale. Yeah, because you know, whenever there's a federal holiday, you think furniture, right? When the sale is over, take a look at your numbers. How many lamps in a week do you normally sell? How often does that come out? Do you have a lamp sale, or do you always add them on as an upsell to finish somebody's purchase? Well, take a look at how many lamps you've sold in the past compared to the week, weekend, or 2 weeks that you had the lamp sale. Now, if your normal number is anywhere between 15 and 20 a week, and now all of a sudden during the lamp sale you sold 35 to 45 a week, I'd say that was a very effective campaign. Not to mention the other place that'll show up is in the cash register, in the deposits. Take a look at the money that you deposited, first of all, month over month, week over week, and year over year. How did this one look compared to the previous ones? My guess is if your lamp sales are up, there's going to be a slight spike. Now, of course, lamps aren't going to make up for, oh, say, entire living room or bedroom suites. No problem, I get that. But look on the line item in, say, either the budget or in the inventory or on your deposits. That should be telling you that, yeah, that was an effective campaign. We advertised lamps, we sold a bunch of lamps. That's an effective campaign. You've just tracked your radio results. Let's say you're having a Facebook campaign and you want more people to like and follow your Facebook page because you're going to start doing and posting some stuff there that, oh my gosh, it's free. You can actually do that stuff for free. So what are your numbers right now? This is where you are. Let's say you've got 86 followers. Not horrible, but it's a good start. You've got 86 people following your Facebook page. After a 2, 3, 4 week campaign, how many people do you have following now? 142? Well, I'd say from 80 to 142. Since it took you, oh, I don't know, 3 to 6 years just to get to 82, and now all of a sudden you jump to 141 in just a matter of 3 weeks, I'd say that was a pretty effective Facebook campaign on the radio. Whatever it is that you're advertising, there has to be some way of measuring it, following it, documenting it. There is an analytic there, and you might have to look in 2 or 3 places, or maybe you need to just be aware of what you're looking for. Whatever the case may be, radio is very, very trackable. Some other things to watch out for. What about, say, if you're doing stuff on your website? How many clicks did your website get? How many people are walking in the door? How many people have bought online? How many people placed a phone call? How many calls did you get? Whatever it is that is going to show you is an effective campaign, be sure to include that in your copy. Chances are you're going to put it in your call to action. So stop by the store or click on our Facebook or check the Facebook page out and be sure to follow our Facebook page. Something like that to make sure that if you're going to be looking at followers, if you're going to be looking at floor traffic, if you're going to be looking at placing online orders, how many did they place? So that's the number you're going to be watching. So if you've been considering radio for your media mix, and if you're a B2C business, you might want to seriously consider it. We go over a lot of radio stuff here, a lot of radio advertising. That's actually one of my first loves. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Is this stuff making some sense to you? Be sure to like this particular episode, and we will get you all the information that you're going to need to be successful with radio advertising. Now, I promised you a little secret at the very beginning that was going to set you up for life. Whatever it is, start doing it now. A lot of people have some stuff set up, but they're not taking advantage of it. For example, a lot of retail stores will have those counters as people walk in and out of the store. But are you writing those numbers down on a daily or weekly basis? Have you been able to follow them? Do you have somebody and make it assigned, assign it to them, especially if it happens to be somebody who's either walking in first thing in the morning or they're the ones closing up at night to write the numbers down so you can see the daily, weekly, monthly changes. Be sure to be recording these numbers because in order to show a spike, you need to have a baseline. In order to see where you're going, you need to know where you've started from. Everything needs to have a baseline that you're recording now, whether it's website hits or floor traffic or how many lamps do you sell in a normal time period or how many phone calls do you get in a normal time period. All of these things need to be tracked so that when you need to compare numbers, you have old numbers to compare the new numbers to. That's the key. And so many small businesses do not start writing down the numbers from the beginning, and then once the campaign's over, did we really do anything? That's the way to do this. This has been a long time concern of advertisers for decades now that I've been working in radio for 35 years. It's been around for quite a while. That people just don't understand how to track it. You need to be tracking it when you're not running radio. You need to be tracking your normal everyday operations. And then when something ebbs and flows, you can see what's going on. You might even see some yearly patterns. You might even see some quarterly patterns that either you can take a break and save some money, or in order to push sales, maybe you want to increase your radio budget during that time. You can work that in several different directions, but you have to know where you are in order to compare something to it. So start writing your numbers down now, whatever they are. Now, when it comes to social media, let's say you're doing stuff on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, whatever the case may be, there's a lot of numbers that's already built in there. If you're not following your analytics, if it confuses you or somebody starts talking analytics and you just give them that blank chicken stare, I don't blame you. It took a while for me to finally understand it, but once I did, I became addicted to it. Watching your numbers is actually very, very interesting. Your numbers tell a story, not just in sales or something like that, but in customer behavior. And the more you're watching, what is it that they like, especially when it comes to, say, Instagram or something like that. You're watching your Instagram numbers and things are ebbing and flowing. Ooh, what was that spike? What do they really like about that particular posting? That might clue you into what some people are going to want to be buying. Do you need to order a few extra? Do you need to spend some more time on it? Whatever the case may be, those numbers are telling you a story. Are you listening? Because the numbers are there. And social media analytics, sometimes it takes a little bit of digging, but once you understand what some of them are, it becomes kind of universal. Time spent watching or something like that is going to be a universal statistic across whatever platform. There's a bunch of them out there. You find the ones that are important to you and you watch them like a hawk, and they're going to tell you a great story that you can make some intelligent decisions with. And don't overlook what you've already got. Don't forget your inventory numbers. Don't forget your sales numbers. When did you need to order more? How often do you have to order it? What is it that you've got on a cyclical basis that you use? Did you notice that certain sales are down? You notice that all of a sudden the warehouse gets a little full because people aren't buying? When does that happen during the year? Does it slow down and speed up? Is there a cycle to it quarterly, annually, maybe even monthly or weekly? Watch those numbers because they're there, they're telling you, and you're already recording them, say, with your sales with your inventory, with your QuickBooks, whatever the case may be. You've got a bunch of numbers already there. You just need to organize them, dig through them a little bit, organize them, and see what the story is telling you. So to get you started on this radio trip, I have a special gift for you. It is the radio advertising checklist. Look down below in the description and you'll see a link. Click on that link and get your free copy of the radio advertising checklist. It covers everything you need before you even start advertising and getting into how to write a commercial. It's a fairly lengthy, I call it a checklist. It's probably more like an ebook. I think it's like 14 pages long, but it covers everything and you'll get a whole new perspective on radio advertising for your next radio ad. Click the link below and get your free copy right now. I'm Nic Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.